Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's David here, and welcome back to another Atlas News episode. I'm very excited to be here today because we have news to talk about. As always, if you're new to the channel and you want to stay up to date on all things in terms of Atlas, SMT, Persona, Metaphor, Fantasy, and more, make sure to subscribe, ring that notification bell, as well as we're aiming for 20,000 subscribers before the end of 2023. It's a large goal, but with you guys' help, we can make it happen. Drop a thumbs up if you like the video as well. It is always a big help. Let's get into it. Today we got two topics that I want to talk about. Persona 3 Reload, Nintendo Switch. I think it's the final time we're going to talk about that today, and yeah, there's a lot of things to talk about, but if you wanted Persona 3 Reload on Switch, you're going to love what we'll talk about today. And also, we have to give a special moment to Persona 5 achieving massive sales numbers, not Persona 5 specifically, but the Persona 5 universe of games. So let's start with that. Alright, here we go. So we are on Persona Centrals here. Persona 5 series surpasses 9 million copies sold worldwide, represents over 50% of total Persona sales. Can you blame them? Can you blame them for giving us Persona 5 Tactica, another spin-off with these numbers? Definitely not. So here we go. I want to look at the recent news, which is the numbers for Persona 5 Royal, but the re-release of the game. So back in November of 2022, the Persona 5 Royal re-release for modern platforms had achieved 1 million copies sold worldwide, while 5 months later it had sold an additional 700,000 copies. So 1.7 million copies sold for Persona 5 Royal Remastered, which is the version that released on PS5 and Xbox and Switch. Very good numbers because that game was already very successful. So you love to see it, while Atlus having confirmed that the Persona series as a whole had sold more than 16.8 million copies worldwide since its start 26 years ago in November of 2022. This updated number means that the series has sold at least 17.7 million copies. This in turn shows that the Persona 5 game alone have contributed over half of the total sales for the Persona series. So it is very good to see 9 million copies for Persona 5 alone, 8 million for the rest of the series, all the other games. It's great to see, but at this point, I think it's normal. Atlus is milking Persona 5 so hard at this point. Joker and the cast of Persona 5 being in a bunch of games, mobile games, but bigger games as well. Now, new spin-offs, new this, new that, new re-releases, ports and stuff. Persona 5 Royal is a fantastic game. It's peak at this point. I love it so much. So I'm looking forward to Persona 5 Tactica. Here we are, 9 million copies for Persona 5 Universe. And now, when it comes to Persona 3 Reload, we have to talk about this a little more. So, beware, if I have to insert a
warning, the following video contains certain expectations that could be considered those of a dumbass. For your protection, do not act like the man in this video and tamper your expectations. If you don't, you too will be a dumbass.
Thank you, King, once again for the interruption here, but yes, dumbass with actual expectations warning here because I'm going all in. Nintendo Direct. A Nintendo Direct is happening tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. This was just confirmed by Nintendo of America. As you can see here, we will be streaming the Nintendo Direct tomorrow, you guys. No problem. We'll try to go early before the stream to discuss predictions and all that stuff. So 30 minutes or an hour early around that time, but we'll absolutely be streaming the main show for sure. I'm excited for it. I think there's a lot of things that will be there. But in terms of Atlus, Persona 3 Reload is getting an announcement trailer for Nintendo Switch tomorrow at the Nintendo Direct. That's what I'm hoping for. I might be wrong, but I'm very confident on this one. There's a lot of things that I have not even reported on. Lots of reliable people are saying Persona 3 Reload is coming to Switch. I saw messages with a certain retailer where a person who follows the channel, shoutouts mate, I know you're gonna recognize yourself, sent me screenshots of a conversation with big retailers that we all know and love, confirming that they have allocations for Nintendo Switch versions of that game. Okay, I think Persona 3 Reload is going to release on Nintendo Switch, and it will be announced tomorrow during the Nintendo Direct. We'll probably see Persona 5 Tactica here as well, but in terms of Reload, it's looking good. It's looking good. It's looking good. Don't expect it. Don't hope for it. Don't think about it, and you'll be good. But I'm expecting it at this point. This is what I'm doing. I'm expecting Persona 3 Reload tomorrow. There's other listings that were spotted, right? Play Asia, Extra Life. A lot of retailers have like a listing for Persona 3 Reload on all platforms. And I have to show this. Faz, friend of the channel here, you probably all know Faz, uploading a lot of great Persona and Atlus content on their channel. Faz just spotted this. An unlisted trailer was posted by Atlus for Persona 3 Reload. No Switch logo at the end of the trailer, as you can see on screen, but you can see in the description that they are listing all the platforms, including Nintendo Switch. Then the listing was updated and they removed Switch. So at this point, it's like there's way too much smoke. There has to be some type of fire somewhere. Even though the game's Unreal Engine, even though at first I was not sure the game would come out on Switch, at this point, yes, I'm probably going to hurt myself if it does not happen, but I think it's gonna happen. I'm that confident, so I wanted to put my thoughts out there. Do you guys believe Persona 3 Reload is releasing on Switch? Are you excited that Persona 5 sold 9 million copies? This is crazy. Persona was so small just a few years ago, you guys. It all started with Persona 5 when that game dropped. Huge success critically and in terms of sales as well. You love to see it. It just means that they're gonna put more money and more effort into Persona, and that is good news. Of course, there's still SMT. Just an hour ago, we watched a live stream here on the channel about Metaphor Refantasio, which looks like it's gonna be peak, if you ask me. And that game specifically looks awesome. That game is said to be a third pillar for Atlus. They said that an hour ago. So it's not the end of SMT. It's not the end of new IPs either. It's just success for a third pillar of Atlus being Persona. Thank you all so much for watching this quick news update for Atlus stuff. We'll see you tomorrow for the Nintendo Direct. You have a great day, y'all. Bye.